/AskReddit by Reddit. What's your first kiss story? We had known each other since elementary school, but didn't kiss till we were 16. We had a bet going between us to see who could get their first kiss first. We planned on hanging one weekend and she texted me the Wednesday before asking if I remembered our bet. I said of course, and she said that we should tie. I got the hint. We proceed to hang out that weekend and I cleverly set up a game of hide and go seek. We hid in the bushes and the magic happened. We split ways for a few minutes to go tell our other friends what happened. 10 minutes later we then met back up and she told me that she felt like she was kissing her brother and that my best friend was very hot. Not a good night. They had us in the first half, not gonna lie. We had been friends throughout middle school and had just started freshman year in high school. I had a tiny crush on him, never thought he liked me back. One of the first school events of the year was drive-in movie night, where they set up a projector in the quad and bleachers for kids to watch it. I met up with him there. We decided to ditch the movie and walked over to the back of the school on the fields. The sun had been setting and it was dusk and we both saw a shooting star. He got really excited and pointed it out shouting make a wish and then asked me what I wished for. I told him, I can't tell you, it won't come true. He laughed and said well, this is what I wished for and kissed me. Very romantic and I'm honestly so grateful for such a sweet first kiss story, but it was almost immediately ruined by his 14-year-old inexperienced tongue trying to dive bomb my throat. It was the end of the school year. My boyfriend, also my best friend, can never see me outside of school because his mother was really strict. We were just getting out of 9th grade for the year and had been dating for a few months. The bell rang and we gathered our things and were saying our goodbyes, knowing we wouldn't actually see each other for a few months and then still very little next year. My reserved and timid self got bold and just placed my hands on his cheeks and kissed him real quick, then left with a smile and wave. It was his first kiss too. We are still together almost 6 years later. Technically not my first kiss, but the first real one and the first one that mattered. I'd been friends with this girl I lived near for years, and we'd both been secretly crushing on each other for years. BTW. When I say friends I mean the kind of friends who finish each other's sentences, run away for a day together at random and always know what the other is thinking. In short, she was my soulmate. Unfortunately she'd had to move away to another country at one point, and I never stopped feeling the way I did for her. She was coming to stay with me one summer, and I knew that was going to be my last chance. It was her birthday, while she was staying with me. I met her again for the first time in the forest clearing we'd played in as kids. I had her presents there for her, and it was perfect. I told her to close her eyes for her presents, and I leaned in to kiss her. That memory is sometimes the only thing that keeps me going. Fast forward to today, and we are still best friends as well as partners. We are planning to move in together, maybe with me leaving the country. Everything is perfect. 3. Edit. Thank you so much for gold. Damn. I was a nervous little poo. 6th grade Slappy Pig was lanky, had a killer buzz cut, and a level of nerdiness that he didn't realize he probably won't grow out of. Despite all this, he had a stunning 8th grade girlfriend. She was a little quiet, but beautiful and always smelled like really expensive shampoo. 6th grade Slappy Pig was smitten. She and I had pet at the same time in the school gym and always spent the majority of the class goofing off on the bleachers that had to extend out. Because they had to be extended out, there was always space underneath and where tons of kids would fight, hide from teachers, and have really awkward first kisses with their pre-adolescent girlfriends and boyfriends. After the class ended one day, she drags me underneath the bleachers and tells me that, since we've been official for like 3 weeks, it's past time that we kissed. Dude. No amount of Google searching and anecdotal evidence from other guys in class had prepared me for the spontaneity of this moment. I muster a feeble okay between my braced up teeth and lean in. For roughly 2 seconds, things are going super well. I know I'm enjoying this way more than I thought I would, and she seems to be pretty well off too. Then it happens. She starts moaning loudly. Looking back I realize that she had no idea what she was doing either, and figured that was expected of her when a couple does something intimate together. But friends, these decibels were off the charts. I'm instantly taken back. I figured my foul attempts at playing tonsil hockey had accidentally ripped out her uvula or something. When I stepped back, she gave me this confused look, and I could tell that my face exhibited one of pure horror. I was embarrassed, confused, and honestly worried about her health, but I sure as hell didn't know what to do about it all. I ran away, avoided her for the rest of the year, and never talked to her again, because she went to high school after that year and met a different group of friends. All in all, I think it went okay. I was 13. It was in June 2013, the summer before my freshman year in high school. I'd met this guy, also going into his freshman year, a couple days before at our 8th grade graduation dance, and we really hit it off. He invited me to go to the movies on a group date with his friends. After the movie we all kind of split up into smaller groups. I ended up going to ice cream with him and his friends. It was a really nice day and we were just sitting outside on a bench and talking when his parents picked him up and he had to leave. He just went for it. I floated on a cloud for the rest of the day. We dated the rest of the summer, but then he broke up with me 5.5 years ago to the day, actually, before the start of our freshman year, because we were going to different high schools. I was heartbroken, even if he was just a middle school boyfriend, and it took me a long time to move on from him. I haven't talked to him since. I barely think about him now, and have no idea where he is / what he's doing, but sometimes I do and I smile. He was such a nice guy. I really wish nothing but the best for him. TL. Doctor, middle school boyfriend kissed me in front of all his friends on a beautiful afternoon on a bench in front of an ice cream place after a group date. I was happy for the rest of the day. In my car the night after she told me she liked me, I thought we were gonna take things slow cause she said she needed time before we tried anything. She had just got out of an abusive relationship, so it made sense to me. The next day, as I'm driving us back to our houses, she tells me she really wants to kiss me. We park in front of hers and at first, I was ducking awful. I think I sucked on her spot above her lip, so I started laughing at how bad I was. Then she just pulled me in closer and really went for round 2. Never felt any more special than that moment, just knowing that intimacy and connection. It didn't work out, but I used those feelings from that moment and the breakup for the drive to do greatness. I was a super shy 15-year-old who was awkward and not popular at my school. I was visiting my aunt who was about 23, and she took me out to the local park where all the local GIs hung out to show off their cars. One 21-year-old guy started talking to me, asked me to go for a ride. We stopped and got out. He lifted me up to sit on the hood of his car and kissed me. We hung out for hours and I couldn't find my way back to my aunt's house. This was before cell phones. I finally found her house, and she was annoyed. She told him she almost called his commanding officer to report him being with an underage girl. Was on a cruise ship in Alaska when I was 15, and met a girl who was apparently born on the same day, and in the same hospital. After spending a few days together we were walking around the top deck at night with not a cloud in the sky. We eventually stopped, and I was hugging her from behind her with my arms wrapped around her looking out at the glaciers under the moonlight. She turned her head towards me, and I turned towards her, and we finally kissed. We were inseparable for the rest of the cruise, but unfortunately she left, and we went separated 2 weeks after. Haven't seen her since. I knew her since literally 1st grade, but we didn't really talk all that much until the end of 8th grade. I developed a crush on her the summer after 7th grade. Now that all of the years are out of the way, I can say how it actually happened. We are both freshmen in high school, and we were together for about a month. I was invited to go with her to an apple orchard in early fall, so already this day is off to a great start. We spent the day talking about random stuff, and it was overall a great time. Once the day was winding down, we went back to my house so our parents could talk, as they are good friends. While they were talking, me and girlfriend decided to have a bonfire in the backyard. It was just us there, incredibly romantic. I knew I wanted this perfect moment to be our first kiss, but I was very nervous. After about 15 minutes of us talking and me secretly trying to work up the courage, I grab her shoulder and say, "Girlfriend's name. I really want to do something." She smiled and asked, "Are you going to kiss me?" I smiled, nodded, and we kissed. It was quite literally perfect for both of us. She told her friend, who congratulated me the next time I saw her. We are still together to this day. Thank you for watching Reddit. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more r/AskReddit videos. Share your stories in the comment section below.